So our topic is going to be about the subways and the fact that the city is buying all of these subway trains, and I think there are like 1,100 that are going on the 1, the 2, and the 6 trains. Hallelujah, because they haven't replaced these subways in 50 years, some of them in 50 years. And Judy and I have been here long enough to remember like
the old crappy graffiti trains that didn't have air conditioning in them. They were horrible.
And then I don't even remember when it was, probably 25 years ago. The ones that they're replacing, the orange colored ones, which literally I remember when they first got them. You can't be fat to be sitting in those. You have to be a size 6, people. And if you sit in the middle, you can always tell the two people are like, oh my God.
People don't want to squeeze in.
You're like,
you see this seat.
And you're like, you have your bag, your backpack, or whatever, and you're like trying to squeeze in. So I hope that it does improve, people's experience on the subway, but it has to be done. I think they estimate it's like $11 billion, but that's like the first round. And then the next round, what do they say, 2030 is when the cars go?
I don't know. It's not like happening tomorrow.
I know, but I know the G train, they improve, because I never take the G train because it's on Brooklyn, and I can't, there's some other ones. But I mean, that's the thing, the problem is, it always is like, Manhattan always gets it first, and then it goes out to the boroughs. So it's much needed, much overdue. I know it's going to be a ton of money, but if it improves the experience,
the quality of the experience.
I mean, and it's $3 a ride now, so we have to get our money's worth.
So when I first came to New York, which was around the time you did, in the 80s, no air conditioning in the trains. I mean, it's inhumane now if you think about it.
I know, it's quite horrible.
And the trains had graffiti all over them. And I was living out in Brooklyn at that time.
I was too.
And oh my God, like it'd be the summer, you'd be packed in there like sardines, sweating. People just be, it was a nightmare experience.
Oh,
and then the worst thing imaginable is that it would break down.
Oh,
and you'd just be standing there, sitting there,
waiting.
Oh
for
my
something
God, people be so angry.
You couldn't hear what it was unintelligible, whatever the conductor was saying. And I don't know if this has ever happened to you. This completely sidebar is, if you happen to be on a train with somebody who's not all that together, because I was on a train, it was like when I first went to New York, and the guy had a knife.
Oh my God.
And the one thing they tell you don't realize, your first reaction is to hit the emergency thing. But you do not realize, and maybe it has changed since then, but the train just stops. The train will stop. We were in a tunnel.
Oh God.
And like waiting for somebody to come and save us, basically. And luckily somebody had, tackled the guy with the knife and stuff. But you don't realize, again, I don't know if this is the case still, but I was like, we're just going to be trapped in here for hours. And it took them at least an hour to come down and start the train.
Really speedy.
Then they need to move you to like a stop so you can run off and get onto your train. But yeah, it's like,
I will say this,
best.
like New Yorker, like I'm sure that how many times has we all experienced this? You're on the train and some wacko gets in and it's like screaming and ranting.
Yes.
And everyone will just sit there and pretend like it's not happening. Like, and no one's trying to make eye contact. Or, I'm sure you've done this, you got in the train, this is horrible, and someone smells so bad.
No. And then what
you
happens?
I have run to the other train.
You wait, or and I've done this where you're not supposed to do this because it's so dangerous.
You went through the thing.
Yes, you just open up the doors and go down that train. Or all of a sudden you're all like bunched around the door and the next train stop, you literally run off until the next one. It's like, yes, let's learn. If it's an empty train on the 4, 5, or the 6, you're like, there's a reason why you don't go into that train. But yeah, I've risked my life going between cars because you just want to get away from whatever is happening in the car that you're in, and you just
everything happens in those trains when you think about it. People are selling food in there, they're playing music.
I know.
They're dancing.
Yeah,
I mean,
they got their boom boxes, they're doing whatever, and you're like, okay, it is what it is.
I mean, I will say these days, I'm not a fan of the train. I have bad claustrophobia, which isn't conducive to taking a train
Not
ride.
conducive to living in New York
I mean,
City.
I bike and walk most
Yes,
places, but
me
you
too.
do have to ride the train sometimes, and I have to
Yeah.
say, and this is the other thing I still cannot figure out. How many years has New York Subway been in business?
Over
Like
100 years, yeah.
That they're still doing track work every weekend. You think
There's a lot of track.
They do track work every weekend. They are rerouting the train.
I know.
And how many times have you got that happened to you not too long ago?
I was trying to come down here, and I'm like, oh, look, I'm going
in
into Brooklyn. I'm going,
They reroute the trains, and you end up in Brooklyn.
and then I got to come all the way back.
And
I'm
because
like,
they rerouted, you can't get a train back right away. That's happened to everyone. That's happened to everyone.
like, especially if you're not paying attention, and you're like, what? Where am I going?
Yeah.
I've gone over the Williamsburg Bridge, the Brooklyn. I was just like, just going around. I'm coming back. I'm a little late.
You know what? When I first moved to New York many years ago, and what I was shocked about when I first started getting on the train, is how no one made eye contact
No.
with each other, and it was just the
Yes.
look on the face, and I think there's no interaction because my dad took the bus to work for years,
Yeah.
and you knew those commuters, so you were
Yeah.
kind of friendly with them.
Well,
no,
if
here, yeah.
you talk to people who take Metro North
Yeah.
or the Long Island Rail Line, and they're always on the same
Yeah.
schedule, they all kind of know each other. And they, even when they're going back home, they're whatever the 6 o'clock train or 6:05, whatever it is. They all kind of know each other, but not the subway. For the most part, you will never see the same people in the car because for whatever reason. So it is interesting that you do I mean, back in the day when we had papers, you just get your newspaper and I'm gonna just, what stop am I getting off on? And yeah, you just stay to yourself. You're not looking at anybody because you don't want anybody looking at you.
Oh my God.
Run away, I always say.
I know. It's all we have, but it is.
No, it gets you where you gotta go.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Okay, that's it for today. Everyone, have a great weekend.